Hey Siri, when will DJ Envy and Charlamagne ever get their shit together?
Never.
And so I thought.
I'm the librarian, and I came to read.
If you are watching this on Tuesday, I want to make sure that you are heading your ass on over to For the Culture Podcast. Girl, it is not late this time. We have it all set up and ready for you to go. If you're watching this shit on Tuesday or after Tuesday, make sure you go on over there to get your life. Now, I want you all to understand that, you know, if I'm not going as in-depth on these topics in a 15-minute, 15-minute video, you can go to fortheculturepodcast.com. Those are at least an hour and a half long usually. So Justin and I go back and forth and we talk about the issues at hand. So if you want a deeper, more in-depth discussion, make sure you head on over. Make sure you're listening. There are a lot of people, thousands of people already listening every fucking week, so make sure that you're doing it as well. Patreon.com/AdrianExpression is up and available. Girl, sign up there for the best content first. Let's get into it. Now, Ciara has me blocked on my main Twitter account. I had to go ahead and finesse another one to see what the fuck she was talking about, sis. I'm not sure what I said to you, Ciara, sis. Probably commented on your vocals or lack thereof, but girl, it's all fun and games, girl. It's all fun and games. I love you, sis. I'm so happy that you found happiness, sis. But this pastor that you're over here tweeting, I'm just like, I had to really dive into what that means about how you think. Ciara posted this pastor on Twitter basically saying, hey, sis, y'all hoes are walking around here with girlfriend spirits, okay? If you want to be a wife, you need to be walking around here in a wife spirit. The thinking and the mentality that this pastor was preaching that Ciara retweeted and endorsed, it just reminded me of that old ass, church built ass thinking where it's like women have to go above and beyond. Women have to adhere to these double standards. Women have to stretch themselves thin to prove that they are worthy of marriage or prove that they are wifey material. I'm not sure what's going on. A lot of these pastors love to preach to the women about being the best wife or being the best woman you can be, and men are constantly left out of the equation. Men are not held accountable for the shit that they're doing. So this mentality of weaponizing marriage, and a lot of old ass church mothers love to do that shit while they're stuck in hateful and abusive ass marriages, because God told them to stay with their husbands, and then they gonna look at your ass, your divorced and or unmarried ass, and they like this. Well, girl, what the fuck's wrong? So it's the double standard, it's the internalized misogyny and shit that we were just like, Ciara, girl, what do you mean by this? And I don't think that Ciara meant to be vindictive or mean or anything like that. I just think that this method of thinking is so ingrained in people's minds that it's just, they feel like they have to prove themselves. Like, girl, marriage is not a goddamn internship, bitch. It's a partnership. It's a partnership, and men have controlled society for so long, and they try to keep people underneath their thumb that they want you to be a specific type of woman. It's like, girl, what the fuck? There are billions of women on this planet. You want them all to fit this certain archetype and they'll be suddenly fit for marriage? I don't understand that shit. And a lot of people are like, oh girl, y'all mad at Ciara for telling y'all to be good wives. But then when Cardi B says to be a hoe, y'all be happy. Before we even acknowledge the sentence, we have to dissect the words that you use. You said Ciara's out here telling you how to be a good wife. Girl, what definitions? What is a good wife? What is the definition of a good wife? And if it's coming from the patriarchal ass church, girl, I promise you that women are gonna be left disadvantaged based off of the church's definition of what a good wife means, okay? Like a partnership, that's what it should be, sis. And then the second part of that shit where you comparing a housewife versus hoe, it's just like, girl, the hoes and the housewife, both of them get cheated on equally. So what's the tea? Girl, be yourself. Be yourself. Stop trying to fit these double standards that men have set up, because even if you do fit them, sis, they will still find a way to fucking dog you out and cheat on you, sis. Be yourself. Stop trying to fit these dumbass societal standards. And that's what I was saying. A lot of people did not understand the depth of what I was talking about, the depth of the issue. Now, I'm not saying don't strive to be a better person. Of course, you should always strive to be a better version of yourself, but bitch, be a better version of yourself. Not who someone else is telling your ass you should be in order to be worthy of marriage or love. Girl, get that shit out of my face, okay? I'm kind of upset I have to keep talking about Dumb and Dumber, but Offset and Cardi B, I mean, it's just, the shit is hitting the motherfucking fan. That shit is spreading around across the motherfucking room. And I'm so upset. I'm not gonna be the one to clean it up. But what I'm going to be the one to do is tell y'all that I foresaw this mess happening in the first place. Did I not? Did I not? Okay, Cardi B is out here defending Offset on Periscope. Jesus Christ. I would never in my wildest dreams imagine that Offset would get his ass onto anybody's platform for a long period of time fucking defending Cardi B if she said something stupid. That shit, he never did that shit. He never did. So here we are again, Cardi B sacrificing yet another piece of herself for her ignorant ass man. A lot of people have Cardi B's mindset. They want to baby they motherfucking significant others, okay? These grown ass men walking around here claiming that they're the king of their households roles. It's just like, bitch, you are the ruler of an empty realm. You have no room to talk, and that's why I feel claustrophobic every fucking time you come across my timeline. Cardi B went on saying, girl, every time he was around, she sounded exactly like how a white supremacist sounds when they talk about black people, okay? That's exactly how they sound. You know, anytime he's around, you know, gay people, he's really friendly, sis, and you know, he didn't really know the meaning of the word. This sounds exactly like white people talking about black issues. He didn't really know the meaning of the word. You guys are responsible. You should have been the one to educate me. I didn't know, sis. I'm ignorant, girl. I can't use Google. That's exactly how these white supremacists sound when they talk about black people. Black people use that same logic against gay people in their own community. It is crazy to watch this shit unfold. It's crazy. As if we are the ones who set up homophobia and decided that we love to be fucking oppressed and ridiculed and killed and shit. We were the ones who set that shit up. So now we have to educate you about the system that has fucking oppressed us, girl. Kiss my fucking ass. Okay? That's both arguments when it comes to white people talking about black issues and when it comes to straight people talking about gay issues, girl. You gon' respect me, bitch. And that's just it. Niggas love to get on their songs and online bragging about how smart they are, how strong they are, how much money they motherfucking have. But we are the ones who are supposed to give them resources, sis. I thought you had access to all of them, girl. You bragging about how you fucking buying this and that. You bragging about how ain't no nigga can touch you. You that nigga, sis. Then prove it. Prove it. And get out my motherfucking face with these ashtray built ass lips. Cardi B, Offset's gonna be the death of your fucking career. You keep fucking around, okay? But this will not end for Cardi because this is how she thinks. I said in another video that, you know, when asked about Offset and his cheating, Cardi B was just like, girl, I can't start over with anyone else. So it's almost like a subservient type of submissive, giving all of yourself away for a nigga who couldn't even stoop over the toilet to give half a shit about you. I hope it's worth your career, as I said, because there's only a certain amount of times where you can bat your eyes out of a situation before it starts biting you in the ass. So what I would suggest for you all to do is, if you don't like this type of backlash, educate your fucking selves first before you open your mouth, okay? And if you claim to be around all these motherfucking gays and shit, act like their existence and humanity matters anytime you try to pick out a lyric, okay, sis? I don't know how many times I have to address Charlamagne and DJ Envy, but the ignorance that they are spewing is a very good metaphor for the amount of ignorance that is currently in a lot of the black community today, so I'm gonna get on it. Amara took her ass to the Breakfast Club, and I'm not sure why people are still doing this. If my ass was invited to the Breakfast Club, I think I would have to go complete with reads, because I would just have to know that I'm going to the Breakfast Club, so it's going to automatically be a teaching moment because I'm going to be surrounded by empty-headed students at this point, and I'm the fucking professor, okay? So I would just take that in mind if I were to even accept a Breakfast Club invitation, because I would feel like the only reason they're gonna invite me on there is to ridicule me and to make fun of my gay ass. If I was to go there, it would be armed with reads and ready to educate, because that would be the only purpose for me to be there. I would be scared to bring in anything sharp or a pen into that room because the amount of airheads that are present there, something's bound to pop. I mean, Amara was really out here trying to explain her struggle in this interview, and she was coming at it with a very nuanced intersectionality built ass view. And she was just saying, as an Afro-Latina, these are the specific issues that I face, especially coming up in the music industry. There are a lot of people who prioritize lighter skinned people over darker skinned people, and even in the Latino community, says I'm discriminated against even further. So it's like, damn, there's white supremacy in all of society already as it is, but you can't even go to your own communities. And that's what I say about being black and gay. I can't even go to my own community half the time because there's so much ignorance going around. So she was just explaining all of those factors and coming at it with different angles. Charlamagne wasn't listening to hear what she was saying. He was listening in order to come back with a rebuttal. I don't understand, like, there's a whole black woman there sitting next to you telling you these are the issues that, you know, I'm facing and this is how we can improve the shit, and you're just gonna dismiss the issues. So he said to her, girl, are you sure this is not all in your head? And it's just like, wow, as I said earlier in this video, you sound like a white supremacist. It's just like, girl, are you sure that racism is all in your head, sis? So, Charlamagne, why are you using the same arguments against her that white people love to use against you? And it makes sense, I guess, because you were over here cuddled up with Tommy Lauren like she was a fucking teddy bear when she's out here constructed like if I was a young warthog, the Lion King type of tease, Hakuna Matata. Y'all don't deserve some of the creative ass LGBT, especially women, black women, who are out here working hard for our liberation, and you bitches just are jacking off with your chains, okay? Nothing gives you greater joy than to stimulate yourselves with the shackles that have been placed on you. It's disheartening. I can't believe that. I mean, after all the discussions that we've been having, bitches just choose to remain ignorant. And they think that having this kind of mindset is just like, well, girl, leave the status quo how it is, stop complaining type of mindset. So I don't understand why identifying issues is seen as complaining or whining. No matter how hard you tap dance, sis, you're still gonna have that black ass skin and big ass lips, sis. Blackness is permanent, sis. So no matter how you try to finesse and present yourself like an exceptional black person, I'm not like the rest of those black people who complain about everything. It doesn't matter. matter, sis, you're still going to be subjected to the same adversities that we are. And we know that even money won't be able to save your black ass. So I would suggest that instead of trying to fight against progression, just get with the fucking program, okay? Because an attack against one of us is an attack against all of us, and that's what I've been saying. So the sign competition, the Women's March happened yet again. I'm happy that it's happening, but let me quote the president of Planned Parenthood. She said, as white women, sis, we gotta do better. I mean, she went up there on that stage during the Women's March and said, sis, as white women, we got to do better. Viola Davis was also speaking. A lot of women were speaking. Now, I'm glad that this Women's March is happening, but you will have to understand my apprehension, because I wish I could take this phone right here and scan all the crowds that were coming out for the protest. I'm gonna scan everyone and figure out what is the percentage of these white women who voted for Donald Trump. Y'all are marching in the streets. It's interesting, okay? Because publicly, like a lot of companies, you wanna have this image like you're doing something, like you're, I'm not the one who's racist, girl. It's not me, girl. I'm helping out the niggers. I'm helping y'all out. But behind closed doors, it's just like, girl, y'all are enabling the policies that are fucking us over. Y'all are silent in the face of discrimination. You hold on to your ignorant ass beliefs and stereotypes. So it's just like, yeah, y'all are out here, circle jerking in public, but bitch in private, what's the tea? What's going on, sis? So all I'm saying is, if we really truly want to change things, it's about more than getting cute ass likes and shit for social media. We actually have to start having these conversations with each other. And that's something that somebody asked us on For the Culture podcast. Make sure you listen. They asked, how can I get started? How can I be more active in my community? If you're not someone who goes out there and does food drives and all types of shit, hands-on events and shit for the community, the way you can start is just being aware. That's the whole purpose of this. People can take a lot of shit from you, girl, but knowledge is power. So starting by just being aware and using that knowledge to make informed decisions, that's where we all can start. And honestly, if the world operated like that from the beginning, sis, we would be in a completely different era. I want to talk really quickly about Tammy Duckworth. She's a Democratic senator in Illinois. She destroyed Donald Trump, and she just called him Cadet Bone Spurs. Now, bone spurs were one of the many reasons that Donald Trump cited when he dodged the draft. So they're just dragging his ass in the government. He loves to give nicknames to people. He loves to discredit people, poking fun at them. So this is what we should do. We should rebrand his image, delegitimize him, so it makes it easier for people in the government to go against him. And speaking of that cheese stick built bitch, Trump tweeted, he said, it's great to see how hard Republicans are fighting for our military and safety at the border. Yet Mitch McDonald, and that's what I like to call him because that's what he serves me. Bullshit, garbage, fast food ass politics that don't fucking give you any type of nutrients at all. So yeah, Mitch McDonald, Ronald McDonald shaped head ass, and he looks like him too. He voted in opposition of keeping the military paid during the shutdown. So it's just like, sis, what are you talking about, Donald Trump? The hypocrisy, the incompetence that fills the veins of every White Walker in that house is alarming. And I'm gonna have to call Daenerys, or actually John. I'm gonna have to call John. I know he's, probably training to Dragon right now, but I feel like he's ready. I'm gonna have to call Jon Snow to get his ass on a Rhaegal and burn the fuck up out of Harrenhal. So it's like, I'm gonna have to do it. I'm gonna have to call lions and tigers and bears, oh my, to help get you hoes out of office, okay? Because y'all are running a goddamn circus. Have a good goddamn evening.